My project is called Bending the Limit, and it has the subtitle A Series of Domestic Fictions. So it has already in the title the idea of limit and the idea of domesticity. So basically I'm asking myself about how can be the future of houses, of domestic space in the context of this digitalism that we are experiencing. It's like everybody now is experiencing both a physical reality and a digital reality. So what's happening with architectural space in between those two worlds? How do we go from one to another? So that's basically the question behind my work, and yeah, I have to get some answers. Since this is a research that is very recent, it has not any kind of background for me. I have to do a lot of prototyping. I'm basing my research process into a lot of drawing, a lot of writing, a lot of 3D modeling, and I want to build some of these prototypes as well to get to see like the actual shapes in real life. And little by little, I'm gonna be scaling up these designs, try to get confronted to the medium scale and finally to the real scale. So at the end of your exhibition, I'm going to be able to build a structure for people to interact with. So people may go into the structure and find some hints, some clues, some experience about all these ideas that I've been reflecting about, and make them feel something and keep something for themselves.
I think that reflecting about the future is very complicated, a very complicated task. I first of all started with this feeling that even despite all the technology and the digital life that we are experiencing right now, even that we have all this progress in technology, it doesn't seem like we are having necessarily the same kind of evolution in another sense, like spirituality, for example. So I decided that if there was going to be a future to think about, it must be always in relation to tradition somehow, because always evolution of society and civilization is a clash between innovation and the past. So all my work is trying to reflect about what possibilities we can face for tomorrow, but always inspiring myself in things from the past. So the idea of tradition is something that I am always taking in consideration. And then this idea of hybrid nature that will speak about something that is physical but at the same time is digital. I think it's a matter of understanding design in a very open way, understanding that not always you are designing a physical object, but you are designing a set of relations. So this is basically the method that I am pushing myself to go through, and it's 21 designs I'm doing that go from architecture to objects and interfaces. I have the project for the exhibition, which is a big scale structure that will be made of steel. I will be working with construction rebar. I'm talking about 3-meter structure, 2-meter structure. I will also work with clay tiles, elements that have a scale of architecture, so I can recreate like a bigger space for people to interact with. I will also be working with those stainless steel spheres that I wish to put light inside and some other devices. I think my work tries to communicate so many things that it's very difficult to explain, but for me is some sort of exploration that tries to understand humanity. The subject, the theme of the residency invited us to think about the future, and then I just said to myself, like, how can I think about the future if I don't really know about what's happening right now, about what's happening with humanity. So I just tried to understand, and I tried to look to the future through the lens of the past, through the lens of tradition, from the perspective of what I think is the complexity of humanity right now. I tried to make everyday life objects. I tried to design buildings that are inspired by science fiction narratives, and finally I did these two big sculptures are some representation of what I think humanity is in this very strange relation of emotion and rationality, and how in the end it doesn't matter how much we innovate and evolve in matters of technology. There's always this big concept of faith that is guiding humanity and makes us survive somehow.